Hello everyone, this is iKonakona, and in this video I wanted to go over some tips and tricks that I've learned for being a better sniper in Battlefield 3. Now I know technically there is no sniper class, it's the recon class, but still, this class with the sniper rifle, it's a lot of fun. Now some of these tips can apply to snipers with these semi-automatic rifles, but I'm mainly talking about snipers who use the bolt-action rifles, because that's when I think sniper, I think bolt-action rifles. Now, as you can see here, I am using the M98, very good sniper rifle, the 50 cal. Takes a while to get, but honestly, I think most of the sniper rifles are pretty much the same. You know, this does have the advantage you can shoot through vehicles and stuff, and you can take out pilots, let's say. But all in all, you're not going to get these, body shots that are going to kill someone in one shot. The game is not designed like that. You're going to have to go for headshots with sniper rifles if you want to kill someone with one shot. Now, the fastest way to get good with a sniper rifle is to obviously shoot a lot to practice, and I recommend going into Team Deathmatch. That's one of the great things about Battlefield 3 now, is that it has that Team Deathmatch mode, and I found that going into Team Deathmatch and practicing with the sniper rifle, you're going to get a lot of shots off. You're going to get a lot of times to practice, because in Team Deathmatch, there's a lot of people, and you're going to walk for maybe about 5 seconds before you meet your first enemy. If you're playing Conquest, you can walk for like a minute without seeing anyone. So I recommend, if you want to get good with the sniper, go ahead, go into a Team Deathmatch game, and just try it out. Now, if you're coming from games like Call of Duty, where you're used to quickscoping, I'm sorry to say, but there is no quickscoping in this game. I found that when I tried to quickscope, the accuracy really sucks on the sniper rifles, and it's really hard to get any sort of hit at all. I mean, if you're lucky, you can try and get a hit. But ideally, what you want to do is you want to try and scope in, stand still, and then take your shot. Hold your breath and then take your shot for the most accurate shot. And I've noticed this, that when I try to move around and like I'm zoomed in and I'm trying to get a shot off, it's really difficult to try and get a good shot off, because it's just that the accuracy drops when you're moving, obviously, and also it's really distracting. You have to compensate for your movement and stuff like that. So I found that it's a lot easier to kind of peek out of a corner, stand still, zoom in, and then hold my breath for like a few seconds, line up my shot, and then take the shot. And I know as a sniper you want to get off as many shots as you can really quickly, but actually I found if you take your time, to line up your shot, you can actually get off some pretty good shots, pretty good headshots, and you can finish off people with one shot. So that's what I recommend. Try not to panic and do all these quick scopes, because you're probably gonna miss if you try to quick scope. Just take your time, zoom in, hold your breath, and then just calmly take the shot. Try not to panic too much. Now you're probably wondering, well, what is the best loadout for the recon class if I want to play as a sniper? And there really is no definitive answer for that, because everyone has their own style of gameplay. But for me, when I'm playing on TDM, Team Deathmatch, and because of the size of these maps, I like to have a bolt-action sniper rifle with about a 7 to 8 times zoom. And this is what I'm actually using right now, is an 8 times zoom scope on this M98. And I think it's a pretty good for this size of map. It may not be that great for like big maps like Rush or something like that, or Conquest, but for TDM and about this type of sniping, I really like the 8 times zoom. Now when it comes to your secondary weapon, what I recommend is using a silenced pistol. Now right now I am using the silenced G18 Glock, which is a pretty good weapon. I like that it's automatic, so that just in case I get into close quarters combat, I can defend myself pretty effectively with an automatic pistol. I don't have to, keep on smashing on the trigger all the time. But I do recommend using a silenced pistol when you're playing as a sniper, because your pistol is really kind of your last resort, just in case you get flanked from the side or something. Let's say, I'm sniping or something like that, and I'm not really paying attention to my minimap, and all of a sudden, the spawns flip on me, and oh well, like that. I'm not really paying attention, and I get flanked. Let's say I'm surrounded by the enemy and my sniper rifle isn't really effective anymore because they're really close to me. Well, I'll just take out my secondary, which is a silenced pistol, and I can go around and kill all these enemies, and they won't see me on their minimap. And that's what you really want to do, is you want to stay as concealed as possible when you're switched out to your pistol, because you don't have that much to defend yourself. So you have to use the element of surprise to gain the advantage. So I recommend using a silenced pistol especially like on TDM. I noticed that on TDM, a silenced pistol works wonders because you don't want to show up on the enemy's mini map because they'll take you out immediately. Now, as for which sniper rifle to use, like I said before, there isn't really much difference when you're going for infantry, mainly because they want to keep the game balanced and they don't want to make a sniper rifle a one-hit kill anywhere on the body. They want to make it only a headshot one-hit kill. So, and that's understandable. It's just for balancing purposes. But I noticed that I like to choose sniper rifles that don't really block the screen so much when I have, when I'm unzoomed, when I'm unscoped. I've noticed that guns like the M40, if you unlock the M40 and you put an 8x zoom scope on it, for some reason the scope is huge. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the perspective I'm looking at it or something, but the scope blocks up a lot of the screen, and when you're playing as a sniper and you're zoomed out, you really want to see as much as possible. So I like to choose other weapons like the SV98, the M98 like I have here, as well as I've unlocked the L96. And those weapons, when I use like an 8x zoom scope, they all seem pretty good. The scope doesn't block up too much of the screen, but for some reason, when I use the M40, it blocks up too much of the screen and it just seems a little bit too distracting for me. So you may want to stay away from that. You can try it if you want, but for me personally, it just blocks a lot of the screen, so I haven't really used a whole lot of the M40. Now, as a sniper, you also want to pick your battles wisely, because sometimes if you pick the wrong battles, it can get you killed. Also, sometimes if the shot is just too hard to pull off and you're just wasting bullets and you're just giving away your position, so you don't always want to get into every single fight. Now, I like to go for people who are shooting at someone else. I know it's kind of strange using your teammates as bait, but that's what I like to do as a sniper. I like to look for I like to look for enemies who are shooting at other teammates of mine, and that is when I go in and take the headshot, because when the enemy is shooting at someone else, they're usually looking down their scope and they're going to try to strafe back and forth. But they're going to strafe back and forth very, very slowly because they're looking down their scope. And so I like to use that opportunity to kind of calmly zoom in, hold my breath, and then take the shot like here. You can see that sniper is looking somewhere else, and that's a perfect opportunity for me to go in and get the easy headshot. Now, once you're used to getting people who are standing relatively still, you're going to want to go for other people, like people who are sprinting. And this is probably the most difficult shot to pull off in probably any game, is getting someone who's running, because their head is bobbing all over the place. They're moving really, really fast, and it's hard to anticipate their moves because they're sprinting. And if you take that first shot and you miss, they're gonna know that you're shooting at them, and so they're gonna start to zigzag like that. I took my shot, I missed, I hit him, but I didn't kill him, so he decided to zigzag all over the place. So going for people who are sprinting, I don't really recommend it too much. Maybe if they're sprinting towards you, you can go for it, but going for someone who's sprinting really, really far away, it's a really difficult shot. It's very satisfying when you get that headshot, but it's still a very, very difficult shot. So that's today's video, and here's some other videos you may have missed. On the top, I do a live commentary with a face cam as a soldier on Frontier. And on the bottom, I go over some of my thoughts on the Battlefield 3's Back to Karkan DLC. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.